Guys, David, Highline Auto Innovations. Some of y'all also know me from Halo EFX. I do R&D for them and also technical support if you're looking for questions or have questions, looking for answers, I guess is how you would say it. Just wanted to go over, I get questions all the time about prep and about how I do things, how it should be done. The honest answer is there's tons of ways to do it. There's not one way that works, one way that doesn't work. Some guys use plastic, some guys use paper, which I prefer. I think it's neater, it's cleaner. Honestly, it looks a lot better in pictures. And then talked to Todd Eddington the last time we sprayed my car, and they actually use full vinyl backing, the masking, 18-inch and 6-inch rolls, which I think is really cool, and I'm probably going to try in the future with some of these cars that get complicated. But just wanted to walk around this car a little bit. Let me turn this thing around. Anyway, what we got here is V7 A4 Avant, which is the wagon. I've prepped about half of it, and I'm going to go through and just walk through. Let me get you a wide angle here. Anyway, this bumper's got some issues inside, some broken clips and some broken tabs and stuff like that, so I didn't want to make it any worse and remove the bumper and remove the grille and remove the headlights like I normally would. So on this one, it's just safer, you know, not cost myself any money by breaking things, so it's just easier to do it this way. Under the hood, basically all the way around the edges, about a 3/16 reveal on the edges, all the way around. Under the hood, taped all the way to the edge, all the way around. You know, I'll go back right before I start spraying and check all these edges just to make sure nothing's lifting, because I've actually seen a couple already that are, which is normal. Paper all the way up. What I do on these hoods, the sprayer nozzles are right inside there, underneath, mounted right there. So if you don't back tape this, you can feel the sprayer nozzles. So I tape up from the bottom and I use 1.5-inch tape, and I leave about 3/4 out, and then run my paper down to it and just tack it down, and it works perfectly on these cars. The other thing I'll do, just wanted y'all to be able to see this. I'm actually going to pull this back out, but same thing inside the fenders. I back tape it all and then bring it back out. All back tape, and then you just stick the paper to it, and it works excellent. And I'll also go ahead and put a piece of tape on the back side in here. And these cars also have inside the fender, and I'll show you on the other side, there's a plastic piece that runs down inside the door. It's 2 screws. Super simple to remove from inside the fender once you remove the inner fender liner. And then you can actually run a tape from the back side in this jamb to where you don't get any overspray inside the door jamb. Makes it super simple. This car is going to get blacked out mirrors, full mirrors. He wanted the pillar done too, so we're going to take care of that. This trim is super easy to tuck behind. There's a big gap, so I take it off of my personal car. Some of these older ones, like mine, it's all riveted on, and then the lower trim you have to remove the window assembly in order to get the lower trim off, so it's all just taped off. Just really simple to do. But I left the other side and the trunk unsealed. You see, I'll pop the antenna up. It's really super easy to do on some of these cars, not all of them. Some of them it's pretty easy. Just makes for a cleaner install, and you don't have to worry about lifting around that antenna later. This one I did remove the roof rails because it's going two-tone. It's getting a black roof. Everything under here is taped. Headlight or taillight buckets fully taped. I just like tape because it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to flop around in the wind. These cars get pretty difficult in some places, especially removing the rails. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'll go back and check all this later. But inside, everything is taped. Huge downfall to removing the roof rails in these cars is that right there. You have to disassemble about half the interior and drop a good portion of the headliner in order to get them out, which wasn't that bad. It only took me about 35 minutes total to get it all out. But like I was saying, this side I left it open a little bit because I want to show you guys what we do inside the doors. And again, this one, little edge is lifting, but we'll get it nice and warm in here and it'll stick. This is what I do inside my door jambs. This part right here is the natural seal. This is where the natural seal lays. So I kind of use that as my seal. It works so much better. Tape everything up to it. Tape everything all the way up to the seal on the door. And this, you can see that this section right here actually sticks out a little bit further as far as the seal is concerned. So if you don't tape that, this whole backside gets spray on it. And you see it every time you open the door, and it's annoying. So I just let the door seal do its job. That's what it's there for. They made it for a reason. So it's going to do what it needs to do. And then inside here, these cars get overspray here and down there. So I tape all that, and I'll run the tape up that edge just like I did on the rear door. And this front door is the same way. Use the seal. That's what it's there for. It works great. And then what I'll do here is I'll back tape this with 6-inch paper all the way across, and then let it overlap to here and tape right down this edge to where all of this is protected. Every bit of this is all protected with paper. Sunroofs. These are drop-in sunroofs. So I tape down about 1/8 of an inch on that seal because it is a color change. So you don't want to see a different color when the sunroof's open. The back has a pretty good gap, so I stuffed the foam tape underneath that gap and then tape over it so it holds it down, because I have had issues with that lifting before. But anyway, just a quick video what I do. There's the hood edge. These have a nice clean edge where you can tuck underneath that edge, and it makes a beautiful edge when you're done. But there it is, another one. This one is going standard halo, bright white, satin. I'll top it with brilliant white just to get a little bit of a crisp, clean look. Black mirrors, black grills, black fog light grills, gloss black roof and rails. And I think I might tint the taillights on it too for him, just surprise him because he was talking about it. But other than that, there's another one. Finished product coming soon. Thanks, guys.